from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Counter, Elliott. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he goes out right around the 39.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Powers by at the 40, and they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down. From the 35 on 2nd down, Prescott got an open man. It's
It's Michael Gallup. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Cooper here. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And without as much fanfare as you might expect, Amari Cooper's gone over 1,000 yards in 5 of his 6 NFL seasons. And even without Dak Prescott for much of last year, he finished with a career-high 92 catches.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh, unblockable there as he got in there to make the stop behind the line.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab. And the Cowboys are on the board here first in the season opener. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
That's caught by Howard. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But defensively here, Charles, I'd have to imagine coming up with a game plan to stop Tom Brady. Many have tried, few have succeeded. But what do you see as their best course of action?
Well, besides stating the obvious, which is having great guys who can cover, and we know how difficult that is in the NFL, I say it's inside pressure. The guy's up the middle in his face because he's not the type of athlete who can get out to the perimeter and hurt you. He likes to step up in the pocket and throw downfield. If you have a couple of good pass rushers right in his face, right in his grill, that's your best chance to slow him down.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady on the screen. Bernard. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Brady now to throw. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Brady. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Fournette will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they've lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Prescott off play action. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Devin White, the Bucs' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on this stop.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. And he's caught by Lamb. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Elliott running right. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Seemed like Dak certainly made the right read there to hand it off to Zeke.
When you have those two in the backfield, Dak Prescott at quarterback, Ezekiel Elliott at running back, you've got a symbiotic, synergistic.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. Getting it out wide here to Bernard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And Mike Evans has been the model of consistency and excellence. 7 years in the league. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver 7 times, the first guy in league history to do that. And he makes another catch there for a first down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Succop's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Odighizuwa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. 2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover. In his own end zone, it's Brady. And he's able to find Miller. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20.
And Scotty Miller, nicknamed the Scooter by Tom Brady. Small in stature, a late-round pick, but he has an excellent knack for getting open and a lot faster than what people know. He's hoping to become the next Julian Edelman for TB12.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw pulled in by Gronkowski. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And he's got Gronkowski yet again. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Brady to throw again. They'll drop this off for Bernard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
Here's Brady. He drops it off for Bernard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette, and he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Brady to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
On play action, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that.
Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4, 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Michael Gallup is the unsung member of the Cowboys receiving corps, but he's made some big catches during his time in Dallas. Now in his 4th season, he makes another one there.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 84 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On play action, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Logan. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch 10. Come on. Watch 10.
Brady now on 1st down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
I'm coming for you, son.
From midfield, here's Brady. Flush to his right. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Next to score, Cowboys 31, Buccaneers 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
Hey, check back 11. Quit talking about it and bring it.
To throw is Brady. That's complete. Bernard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll just get rid of it.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his second incompletion, and we're in the fourth quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. That throw by Brady incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Brady. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Randy Gregory able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. The throw there by Brady, intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andrew Adams. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. And they take a knee. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Dallas, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.